Hey, you fucks. Thanks for, checking out the videos, showing a little bit of support. How about you take it to the next level and show us some love over there on Patreon, huh? Huh? Huh?
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your hot gay dad. That's not me, by the way. That's a different man named Coco Sports online. You can see it's KOCO Sports, and that's my buddy Dave. And he's a sexy guy. He's like an amateur. What do you call it? Like sports announcer guy. Like he reports on Japanese sports, even though he says that he doesn't. I think he says he doesn't because his whole show isn't dedicated to that. His show on Twitch is dedicated to other things. But anyway, hi everybody. This is us at KFC before a wrestling match. I didn't know. Dave introduced me to the wonderful world of pro wrestling in Shinjuku. Apparently, there's like a place that's right across the street from this KFC that has what do you call it? They do wrestling matches. I don't know, like almost every week or something. It's crazy. It's in that building right there behind Dave. But anyway, yeah. Hey everybody, how's it going? So welcome to another rant where I'm talking over the fucking footage. I just got a bunch of random B-roll today that I wanted to talk over because I was in a talky mood. And I gotta say, KFC, like, they have these chicken tacos. Like, I know I love to brag about how I quit fast food and stuff. But to be fair, KFC tacos, like, I can always be in the mood for a KFC taco. And that night, I had been out all day during a fucking, what was I doing? I was, like, doing an interpreting job that day. And I was like, fuck, I did not get to have lunch. And we're going to go to, like, this 2 or 3 hour event. So I'm going to have dinner. And, anyway, this is my buddy Dave. And he likes to go to wrestling and like hockey and basketball and baseball. Like he knows it's not just like casual watching. Like he knows all of the players' names. He knows the stats and everything. And he was really pissed off because apparently he got KFC before I went and met him that day, and they got the order wrong. But Dave doesn't speak Japanese, so I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it like that. But anyway, hi everybody. Welcome back to another Tkyorants. It's like, what is it? It's like 9:30 a.m. right now, and I realized I've been using a lot of B-roll from my my tattoo travels or whatever and everything like that, and like recent videos. But I was like, yeah, what about some other videos that like I want to make into vlogs originally or like eventually or whatever. So I was like, yeah, why don't we use some of this footage? And I have some footage today from when I went to go film with my buddy, fucking Jim, Mr. Kid Shoryuken. Hey, everybody, Jim here. Yeah, and we've got some random footage spliced in here, too. So I was like, okay, well, I like doing the rants where I'm talking over the footage, so that way it like motivates me, or at least it motivates me to make an actual vlog, or at least it reminds me like, oh, you have all this cool footage you never used. You should for all the hardcore viewers that actually like your stuff, well, you're giving them like a special preview of it before they actually see the vlog, and then all the casual people will be happy too. So like whatever ever, it's cuckoo for real. But anyway, yeah, this was a video Jim and I did when we went to this arcade that was closing in February. Yeah, it's unfortunate. It's sad because it's like one of those retro arcades that's just like they're all dying. They're going the way of the dinosaur, man. They're all just fucking heading out. So Jim wanted to he has like a whole arcade series. So I was like, yeah, let's go film it. And this is me going to 7-Eleven because whenever I go out, I got to get hydration. And it's either water or tea. Usually I get the tea if I need the caffeine. So, yeah, those bottles are usually like $1.50 and it's good to go. So, fuck yeah, dude. Anyway, it's the 4-minute point. So, hey, guys, just a heads up. Big shout out big shout out to everybody who signs up for my Patreon at patreon.com/TKOSam. I've got like tons of different blogs and behind the scenes footage, and most importantly, Japanese lessons. And I do consultations for any of you guys that are trying to find a better job in Japan or move to Japan, or not having so success with the ladies or whatever, or you just want to kind of set up a an actual tour if you got money to burn, where I'll show you around Tokyo. So yeah, anyway, that's over on patreon.com/TKyoSam. The links are down below. And big shout out to everybody who's a member on this channel or the next channel. Thank you guys so much for going over there and supporting me. I mean, like, it's less than $1 on each one. It's just like, it's a fun way for you guys to interact with my with my YouTube live streams and stuff and the premieres. But also, it's just a fun way to, like, you guys get access. Like, I hate it when people give the that option and there's nothing there. But when you guys become a member and you link it to the Discord, you guys actually get access to my Highlander Mug Club part of the Discord, where it's just like a big raw photo dump. So like each time I go out and I'm like, this ain't good enough to put on Instagram, I'll just dump it there, so you guys get a little bit more intimate taste of behind the scenes with Dad that are picture form. And yeah, don't forget to smash the like button and hit subscribe button, subscribe bell to get notified, blah, 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 blah. And comment of the day, question of the day. Question of the day is, like, when was the last time you went to a legit arcade? I'm not talking about like a Dave & Buster's or something. I'm talking about like an arcade that you were like, wow, this arcade fucking kicks ass. It has like almost everything I want. And like, I have so many good memories of going here. I remember in America, there's a handful of them that I can remember. One was called Aladdin's Castle, and it was in an arcade, and all of their coins were the size of dimes. And my friends and I figured out that if you put dimes in instead of the coins, that you can like, basically get like 10 games instead of 4 games, and it was so cool. But yeah, but anyway, I don't know. That's just, it's fun footage, and this is back when it's still cold outside. I am so grateful, by the way. Like, I think that's one thing that it's like, I had some viewers ask during a live stream, like, okay, I bought a journal or I bought a notebook, but what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to write in my journal? Am I supposed to be like a high school girl and write out my feelies and stuff? And it's like, honestly, just write down whatever you want. Like, first use it as a way to like write down just anything. Just get your thoughts on paper. It doesn't matter. Like, you'll eventually find your flow. But if you absolutely need something, I suggest you start out every day writing down what do you want. And it could be something new every day, but just write down what you want and then write down a list of like things you're grateful for. And looking at this video, I'm like, I am so grateful for that vest. I got that vest during a TV shoot in Osaka, and my agent ripped me off royally. I got paid like $500 for that shoot, and it was like a 12-hour shoot. It was very, very long, all day. And it turned out that like the place gave my agent like $3,000 or like $3,000 or $4,000, and I was like, does that include the transportation fee? And they're like, no, that was separate. And I was like, my agent pocketed like 75% or more of my fucking paycheck when I was doing all the work, like, what the fuck? And I told the director that, and he's like, that's fucked up, dude. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, what are you going to do with these clothes afterwards? He's like, oh, we're probably just going to throw them away. I'm like, you're going to throw them away? They're like, yeah, these were just like kind of demo clothes that we had for this. And I was like, can I just keep them? I won't tell anyone that you gave them to me, but can I just keep them? And they were like, yeah. And so that shirt that I'm wearing, I think was it that shirt? I have like 2 red flannel shirts, but definitely that vest that I have. I've had that for like 5-6 years, and guys, I cannot emphasize how much like having a good vest is. Like, that vest, I call it my gorilla vest, Monty Burns style, because it's like it's a fleece, so it can get wet, but it doesn't like absorb the water too much, so it doesn't soak in and make you cold. Like, it takes a lot of water for it to get completely soaked. And it since it's a fleece, it dries really quickly, and it just like uses your body heat to heat up your, like, because all your heat comes from like your core, and so it just bottles it in. So if you get like one of those sticky heat pads or whatever, and put that like right above your like belly button or something, like, you're so warm with just having that on. And yeah, it's great. Anyway, yeah, this is the footage. I was a little pissed off. Jim didn't fucking, we had some footage of me talking and me playing games, and Jim didn't include it in his video. I found that quite racial to my kind. But nah, I mean, I don't give a fuck. The video's about him and in the arcade. But yeah, this is what it looks like when Jim and I go out to film. You know, Jim has a guy named Dennis who helps him out when he films, and then sometimes when I'm with him, I go out and help him too. And this is what we do. You know, he'll play a video game for a couple minutes, and then I'll film him from a bunch of different angles. And you know, like I learned this from the Rocket guys that it's like film a lot. And like you know, film so much that you only need to use 10% of the footage, you know, and yeah, that was like my goal with me and Jim. Like whenever we go out filming, is that like yeah, we film 90% of like you know like we film so much, and then he'll just use bits and pieces of that, and it goes to show, especially for hers. Like I don't know if you guys have ever watched my buddy Kids Show to You Can, Mad Panic Gaming, Mr. Jim here. But a lot of his videos are like half him talking in them, and then then the other half of the video is him talking over B-roll. And so there's always a bunch of B-roll. And yeah, I mean, like you know, it's funny because I think Jim is playing a what do you call it? A shooter game or whatever, like a jet shooter game. What do you call him? A shoot 'em up or whatever. And yeah, he's playing that kind of game right now, and I liked those at first, but it always becomes like, what do you call it, a bullet hell or whatever, and it just I don't know, it's fucking I don't know, it's tough, it's a tough game, and he's really good at them though, and he knows all of them too. So like, big props to my boy Jim here. Just look at that sexy man. Here, give me a second. I'm gonna take a sip. Oh, you must hydrate. Hydration is key. But anyway, yeah, this is just us filming. Look at this chunky boy in front of the fucking camera. Oh, so chunk. You know, I gotta say that like you know, because I was going through a bunch of my old B-roll footage from like years and years ago, and it's just funny, man. It's just funny how it's like you know, I do honestly think that like most dudes get better with age, or at least like I don't know if it's necessarily like we're better people, but I think like you get to know more about yourself and like what you want and like who you are, and then I don't know, it's funny how like looking at old pictures of Jim or old pictures of me, it's like I love this style of like what I'm wearing right now. It's just like it's simple. I've got my gay what do you call it, jade and tiger bead bracelet with my Fitbit, and my glasses and my fucking bandana, and like just my flannel and my vest, because like I don't know, man, it's just like it's nice when you that is like one of the, what do you call it, like attribute perks of being fat, is that you really don't need to wear a lot of fucking clothes. Like I remember when I was at least like 100 pounds less than I am now, I like during winter I'd have to wear like long johns wherever I went, or like what do you call it, like long, like especially if I was on the bike, long johns and sweatpants underneath my jeans. And so it's like yeah, I only need to wear one layer of clothing usually. But also global warming happened and Japan's not as cold as it used to be, at least in Tokyo. But yeah, I love my fashion in this, man. Like, I was looking at old videos of, like, me walking around, me teaching, and, I don't know, man. Like, I used to wear, like, shirts that were, like I'd wear, like, a button shirt that's unbuttoned over, like, a shirt, like a t-shirt or whatever, just to, like, kind of, like, wear loose clothing to, like kind of hide my fat or whatever. And it's just like, dude, at the end of the day, everyone knows you're fat. Just wear something comfortable that you like the look of, and like just go with it. Just don't go full Lizzo or whatever, you know. And yeah, I don't know. I love that. Like Jim's wearing his basic jeans and his hoodie, and yeah, I'm just wearing my stuff. And I don't know, that, like, again, like for all of you guys that are like, oh yeah, by the way, hi everybody in the chat, in the premiere chat. How you guys doing? Can I get a hand for any of you older gentlemen? Anybody over 30? I think a lot of you guys that are over 30 would, you kind of get where I'm coming from with this, right? Like, you know, it's just the older you get, the more secure you are with like who you are and like what you want and stuff. And I don't know, it's just it's nice. Like, you know, we're always evolving, right? Like that's one of the things that I really like about Philip DeFranco, is that like he like what do you call it? Like, he owns, like, being cringe or whatever before, because he's like, yeah, thank God I'm not that guy that I used to be, you know, like I've become more of a better, like, you know, just person, like more chill, you know, more of an adult, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know, it's nice to see that progression, like, you know, because like I think the most, I don't know if it's successful people, but like the people that I always looked up to when I was younger were the people that were my age, but they seemed to have their shit together better than me, you know? And maybe they were just putting up a front or whatever, but I don't know. It's just it's interesting to see stuff like that. That's all I'm saying, I guess. Like, it's like, you know, unfortunately it takes us a while for us to get to the age where we're comfortable with who we are. Like, you know, I'm always trying to be better, you know, like be healthier. Like, what is it, Patrick Bateman? We can always be you know, be better, look thinner, you know? Like, what are you talking about, Patrick? You're on a diet? You look great, yeah. I think that we always need to strive to be the better versions of ourselves, but at the same time, you accept the you that's right there in the present, you know? And, you know, like, you understand that you want to get better and you want to ultimately be better, but at the same time, you respect the process and you don't beat yourself up too much about it, because you know that as long as you keep the process going, you're good, right? And I think that's like what a lot of young people get frustrated with, or they're angry, is that like they don't have that, you know, like they don't have that confidence in themselves because they don't know what it is that they need in order to like feel more secure with themselves, right? And at least that's what it was like with me when I was younger. Like, I looked up to these guys who might not be the most successful dudes or something, but when I talked to them, I felt like I was talking to them, you know? I felt like I was talking to the real person, and they weren't putting up a front, they weren't trying to impress me or anything. And you guys ever feel that way? Like, when you talk to somebody, I don't know, I feel like that's one of the reasons why I can make friends with all these people that like I probably would never work with, that are like on a higher pay scale than me, because it's like when you work a job like that, you have to deal with a lot of like fake ass kissing motherfuckers, right? And it's like, it's such a fresh breath of air when you can meet somebody who you're like, oh man, I'm like actually talking to this guy, and he's not like, I'm not trying to get anything from him, and he's not trying to like, you know, try to fuck with me, or like, you know, he's not trying to take my job or something, taking our gerbs, you know. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. I mean, like, that's one of the reasons why I really like Jim, is that you know, I'm in Japan, right? And I should be friends with more Japanese people. I should be hanging out with more Japanese people. But when I'm with this guy, Jim, you know, it's just like, there's no bullshit. You know, like, if we have anything we need to say to each other, we just say it without fucking worrying about, you know, offending the other guy. And if we do, we just simply have no ego about it. And we're like, yeah, sorry, man, my bad. And like, you just move on, you know? It could be diet, it could be lifestyle, I don't know, but it's like, yeah, I guess that's a question for you guys too, Premier Chat or whoever's watching this. Like, why do you think like people are chill? You know, like, why do you like, you know, why do you think some people are just like way chiller, way cooler? You know, like they don't let things get to them as much. Like, do you think it's diet? Do you think, like, they have good people around? Like, what do you think it's like, very strong? Because, like, for me, I feel like right now, like, especially with the way that I've been eating for a while, where it's, like, almost, I'd say about 80 to 90% of my daily intake, at least when I'm, like, working from home, is mostly healthy. You know, like, I'll wake up, I have my coffee, that's just coffee and milk, and then you know, and then for, like, lunch, like, my one meal of the day, I'll have a stir fry that just is full of like mushrooms, onion, a little bit of onion or pepper, and then like a whole bushel or whatever you call it of spinach or some greens, you know, over rice with just some grilled meat, no salt, and then with some eggs, you know. And I think like the minerals, whatever you want to call it, vitamins from that stuff, and plus the fiber, and then also just like the protein and stuff, like it really helps me kind of level out and not freak out as much compared to when I was just like going around eating a lot of convenience store food or junk food or McDonald's or whatever with like a lot of what do you call it, with a lot of like soda or something too. You know, like I feel like there's a better chemical balance with myself now. And like even though I just started the video with like me buying chicken, right, like the chicken tacos. But I mean, like I'm not gonna beat myself up about that. It's like, what is it? It's like moderation, like everything in moderation versus trying to be a perfectionist about shit, right? So, you know, I don't like. It's like, oh man, it wasn't that good, and I'm like, it's fine, you know. Like it could be better, but like it could be a lot worse. And so you gotta take the positives with the negatives, right? And but yeah, I don't know, man. It feels it feels like being around people like Jim too. It's just like, you know, be around people who understand you, that you can talk to, that are just chill, right? And I think that's and Jim, you know, I don't think Jim watches any of my videos, but yeah, Jim, you know, Jim fucking kicks ass, dude. Jim, like, I think this is one of the reasons why Jim gets laid so much. It's just because these women see him and they're like, they get that same vibe, but they're women and they want to fuck him, you know? And yeah. Oh yeah, this is me talking to a dude. This guy was so chill, man. Like that's one of the things I'll include in the video if the microphone picked it up. But you know, like I asked this dude, I was like, hey, because we were filming near him, and he was looking at us, and I was like, oh yeah, we're filming a video because this place is going out of business at the end of the month. And I was like, can I get you on video, like telling me what you think about it? And he's like, yeah. And I asked him, I was like, how long have you been here? Like, how long have you been going here? Like, are you a regular customer? What do you like about it? And I don't know, man. Like, that's the fun thing. I noticed, like, when you're out filming just stuff in general, at least in Japan, like, people usually fuck with you or they're angry with you because they feel like they're not part of the project, you know? And I learned this, too, filming with the Rocket guys. Like, if you just give the people around you respect and you explain to them what's going on and they get, like, a chill vibe from you or whatever you're saying, like they don't think that they're better than you or whatever, or you think that you're better than them, then, like, you know, they're just, like, people are people at the end of the day, and they just want respect and, like, you know, a certain amount of attention, right? And, yeah, this guy was fucking chill, man. Like, everybody else there was, like, really old. And, so I was happy to be able to talk to this guy, but I don't know if, people were able to hear him. I'm gonna have to check this later. But, yeah, the guy was, you know, I think, what is it? There was another guy behind, like, the guy behind him, and he was playing a different game where it's, like, a mahjong game where you, like, or not a mahjong game. It's like a puzzle drill game where you have to drill a rock, and behind the rock is a naked chick. It's pretty cool. Hold on a second. Oh, I'm telling you, ice in a glass jar with 90% coffee, 10% milk. Oh, it's so pure. You know, somebody was asking me, like, why don't I just make my own coffee? And I don't know, man. I just I feel like it doesn't matter, you know? Like, for $1, I can go to the supermarket and get, like, a carton, like, you know, a couple cartons of, like, fucking coffee, and then just mix it with some milk and some ice, and it's so good. But, yeah, man, this guy's so cool. Like, look at that, dude. Like, you get anybody to laugh, and you can be chill, you know? You can be chill with people. It's pretty badass. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what this rant was gonna be about. Like, I just wanted to talk over this footage. Like, you know, you ever get that one of those feelings where you just wake up and you're like, I just want to talk, you know? Like, I just want to talk. And I'm really proud of myself today, too, because, like, you know, I've been trying. Like, one of the things I want. Oh, there's Minori-chan again. Hey, Minori. Oh, and there's some random girls we talked to. I'll be releasing this in a separate vlog, too. And I kept joking. Yeah, these girls are laughing. I keep joking. I'm like, this is my ex-wife. She keeps following me around. And she's like, what? I don't know. And I was like, I can't help it. I'm so handsome. I'm so handsome. And, you know, like, every woman I'm with, they just love me. And they're just laughing. Yeah. That was fun. This is Shibuya. I don't go to Shibuya that often anymore, you know. But, anyway, yeah, I don't know. I was just proud of myself for, like, you know, one of the goals I had this year is, like, wake up every day at 7 a.m., And that means like going to bed at a good time, you know. And ultimately, I'd love to wake up at 6 a.m. because that's when the sun comes up. And I don't know, there's just something great about like, oh, I got like a lot of good stuff done, and it's not even 9 a.m. yet, you know. And so I don't know, it's a good feeling, you know. And yeah, you guys were really receptive to me putting the girls in the videos last time, so I'm gonna put that in there more. I'm gonna put more women in my videos for sure. And there's Ryoko and there's Minori, and I have a vlog that I already made with them, but I didn't subtitle it yet because it's like 17 plus minutes of subtitling, and I'm like, eh. But yeah, look at these chicks. These were young chicks, and they were in college, but they both went to like Canada or something for study abroad, and now they want to go back to Canada. I don't know. It's just funny. Like, that's the fun thing. Like, you walk around like, you know, I kind of look like a fucking like weirdo with my like my fashion, but at the end of the day, dude, you know, it's like you when you stand out, people want to come up and talk to you, you know, and I love talking to people. So it's like it works out great for me. I mean, some people, they just like, they're introverted and they don't like talking to people, or they like being being in part of the conversation, but they don't want to actually like, you know, initiate it. They just want to be in the group while they're hanging out while the other person talks or whatever, and that's fine too. Oh yeah, this is some other footage from that. In fact, I don't remember, but this might be half of this might be footage from that night with me and the girls. But we'll see. We'll see. This is me in Shibuya right now. This was after another interpreting job that I went to that day, and then I just met up with them afterwards. And yeah, it's so funny, dude, because it's like I actually have like, I think what, 2-3 suits at my house, but the only one I really like wearing is this cheap ass jacket and these cheap ass black pants. And like I hate myself because I don't wear business shoes. And it's just the business shoes that I have, they're kind of loose, and so I can't walk as fast in them as I want to. Maybe if I tighten them up, it would be better. But yeah, in fact, if any of you guys know in the Premiere chat or who are listening to this, do you know any way to like make business shoes more comfortable? Like, I put Dr. Scholl's, the sole pads in them or whatever, but like you know, the, what do you call it? The laces for business shoes are more for like for looks versus like practicality. So if you guys know a way to make business shoes tighter so I can walk more comfortably in them, I would really appreciate that. Like, oh yeah, and look, there's that sexy guy Jim again, right there outside the station. Look at this alpha male right here, alpha male specimen. And yeah, dude, Jim is actually pretty tall, dude. Like, I'm 5'10", 5'11". He's taller than me, so that means he's like 6'2", 6'3" or something. Like, Jim is a giant of a man, a sexual man, a man of callous. And yeah, this Japanese guy was on the phone, but I could, like, no one could see the Bluetooth. Like, see, if you look really closely, he's got like a thing in his thing, but like you could barely tell, and he like just looked like he was just talking to himself. Pretty fun. Well, Jim looks like he's talking to himself too, kinda. This was in Oimachi, by the way, in case you guys ever want to go check that out. I really wanted to go to the temple that was right behind Jim, but I did not get to go. Hold on, let me get some more coffee here. But yeah, anyway, I don't know. It's nice to wake up. Like, you know, one of the things I try to do is like I try to get the heavy editing out of the way for my videos in the morning. Like, I'll try to, like, you know, because usually what happens is that you film a lot of stuff and then you got to go through it and cut the fat, you know? And, like, that's kind of the most boring part of the videos, even if you had fun filming it or whatever. And, it is kind of funny that it's like, you do have to be kind of an attention whore to be a YouTuber. Like, everyone wants attention, and, like, it's like, no, they don't. And I'm like, well, the best YouTubers are the ones that like going through the footage that they filmed, that they were a part of, and reviewing it and like remembering it, you know? And it's like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it, but it's just like, just acknowledge it, you know, at least. And it's funny because I was going through some, like, I have like different B-roll folders in like my big B-roll folder on my hard drive. And one was called like food or restaurants or whatever, and I'm looking at this video, and there's a guy sitting next to me who I guess was like a friend of a friend or something that's there, and I don't remember talking to that guy at all. I was like, I didn't remember who that guy was. I don't remember talking to him, and it made me like. And then like I look at another one where I'm at TGI Fridays, and I'm there with like I guess some guy. I don't even remember the story behind that, but I'm like I don't remember these two people at all. Like I didn't remember that interaction. I didn't remember talking to them. And I'm like, wow, like think about that. Like, you know, like how many people have we met where they remember us but we don't remember them? And it's not because like we're assholes or whatever. It's just, you know, there's only so many people you can remember in your memory bank, right? In your brain. So I don't know, that's interesting to me. That's cool. But yeah, anyway, I don't know, man. Like it's I'll probably release this rant in May, I'm guessing, even though I'm recording this in April. And normally I don't want to like say when I'm recording this because you don't want. I don't know why people get all angry if you make a video not recently. They're like, wait, you filmed this a while ago? I only want the new stuff. And I'm like, motherfucker, you didn't even know this was the new stuff until I told you. Yeah, but you know, they just start, you know, like whiny sex whine. But yeah, anyway, because you know, for me, it's always like, you know, throughout my week, it's usually like Monday, like Sunday, I chill at home and I prepare for the week or whatever. I go out and run errands, like go to the grocery store or buy like whatever I need for the house. And then Saturday's usually like out teaching, you know, and then like if I have energy afterwards or if I had plans to meet people, I'll go and do a chill meetup where like my friends and I can just like sit down and have a drink or have some food or something. Like I tried to go to my friend Yuki's metal concert like, I don't know, like a month or two ago, maybe like, I don't remember how long ago, but yeah, I went to that. And I was like, shit, dude, I've been standing all day and, like, walking around all day, going to, like, commuting to all these different jobs. And then, like, I'm in this crowded-ass fucking, like, tiny-ass music theater, like, in fucking Koenji, and I hate fucking West Tokyo so much, and I don't want to be there. And I was just, like, after, like, you know, the music event was, like, 3 or 4 hours, and her, like, band was going to be on in, like, 2 hours. I'd already been there for an hour, and then her band wasn't going to be on for another 2 hours, and I was like, yeah, fuck this, I'm done. I was like, I love your band, I think your music's awesome, but I am, you know, there's no chairs here, and I'm fucking tired. And even if you did have chairs here, I'd probably fall asleep because I'm just so goddamn tired. So, you know, you got to pace yourself, right? You got to pace yourself and, you know how much energy you're expelling or whatever. Some people, you know, they can push through it, right? Like you just gotta push through it till you get your second wind, kind of thing. But I don't know. It's just like when you get older, it's not so much that you want predictability. It's just that you want to be able to spend the appropriate amount of energy, you know, on the things that you want to do. And it's just like, it's like you wouldn't go rock climbing when you barely had any sleep the night before, right? Like you could hurt yourself, and also it's just not going to be fun because you're just going to be dragging ass the whole day. But a lot of people, like, they'll just pull themselves out of bed and they'll be like, oh, fuck it, I'll just pass out later or something. And I'll admit, when I was younger, I used to do that. But nah, not anymore. I'm like, you know, I am not that kind of guy. I'll be like, nope, okay, fuck it, we're canceling for today, you know? It's like, oh, I was supposed to meet a friend today, but it's raining like crazy outside. Fuck it. I'll meet up with them another time. Like, I don't care. Like, I do not care, you know? And that's why I give big props to people like John Dobb and stuff, because, like, that guy's at least, like, I don't know, almost 2 decades older than me. I don't know. I don't think, maybe he's 15 or 20 years older. I can't remember exactly, but he's, like, you know, he's older than me. And I don't know what he eats every day, but, like, that guy is just, like, infinite energy, like, pure Mormon, like, you know, like, I don't know. I don't think John's Mormon, but it wouldn't it wouldn't cross my mind if he was like an ex-Mormon or something, just because of like the positive energy he like just exudes, and he's just and just the way he carries himself and how he always has projects he's working on, you know. But I'm just like, I'm one of those guys where I'm just like, I am so fucking, I can't be fucked. I'm sorry. But I don't know, maybe that might change when I lose a more significant amount of weight. Who knows, right? I mean, like, you know, only time will tell. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's another question for you guys who are listening. It's like, for you guys that are older than me, that are obviously not as fat as me, you know, do you need naps? Like, what's the average like sleep time for you? You know, like I realized for a long time, I think one of the reasons why I felt like shit was because I was getting 5 to 6 hours of sleep per night. You know, it just wasn't good. Like, I'd wake up, take a piss, and then I couldn't get back to bed. And then I just like, I feel like crap, you know? And that's one of the things I really love about the Pokemon Sleep, you know? Pokemon Sleep, like, you get penalized if you sleep less than 8 hours. And it's not like a penalty. You don't lose anything, but, like, you know, you only have like 100 points, like sleep points that you can get every night, and that's the maximum. And there's no way to buy sleep points. You can't buy them. You know, like you can't use, like, you can't buy them with money or whatever, you know, in Pokemon Sleep. The only way you get those is by having a full night's sleep. And I guess you could, if you're a rich kid and you have 2 phones, I guess you could just have one phone pretending to be asleep while you're using the other phone during the day. But like, that totally negates the whole reason why you're fucking using the phone for Pokemon Sleep to begin with. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I just for me, but anyway, it's just like, yeah, like I wasn't getting like a full 8 hours of sleep before, but now I am, for the most part. I mean, like, it's been on and off because I was sick for 3 weeks or whatever, but like yeah, I mean, like, that's my goal, is to, like, I go to bed at around 10 p.m. and then I wake up at 6 a.m. So I have like at least 8 hours. Even if I'm not sleeping that full 8 hours, it's like I'm laying down and I'm just trying to rest, you know? I think I don't think a lot of people have that luxury, you know? And I think our body does need time to recover. And when I just, you know, like I notice myself feeling better when I do that, you know? Like when I actually when I've slept for a while, you know, and I'm like, I've slept for over 8 hours. This feels great. Like, I feel a whole lot better now, you know? I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, this is why it's good to have a journal. This is why it's good to have a thing that you can do daily that rewards you. And like, Pokemon Sleep is cool because you get those sleep points and then you can buy stuff with them. And like, you know, you can capture Pokemon with the things that you can buy from the sleep points and shit. So, and also, I mean, the thing, another reason why I keep the journal though is because Pokemon Sleep fucks up sometimes though, because I wake up in the middle of the night, or usually like an hour or two before bed to take a piss, and then I'll go back to bed, and then it's like, oh, for some reason we couldn't capture the time of the last 2 hours, and I'm like, motherfucker, I know I was asleep the last 2 hours. And so even though Pokemon Sleep might say that I was only asleep for 6 hours, I can at least write it in the journal so I know, like, oh yeah, even though I took a screenshot of the thing, I actually did get 8 hours of sleep. So yeah, just as like a reminder, right? And yeah, I don't know. This, look at Jim playing this game, acting like he's better than me. What? Look at that Dalsium. Yeah, Delicium. God, they made him such a bitch in the Street Fighter movie. You know, like in the actual anime and stuff, like he's so chill, you know? He's like what do you call it? Like a Hindu monk or something, right? Like he's chill, he's got powers. In the Street Fighter movie, he's just this like scientist short bitch who's like, I need to die with Blanca because I'm gay. Oh man, I've been watching the Fallout TV show. Like one of my buddies, like one of my good buddies here, he's like, dude, I just watched the Fallout TV show and it was so good. And I'm like, oh, they didn't do like a Better Call Saul where they release it once a week? And he's like, no, they just released the whole thing. And he's like, I binged it one day. And I'm like, oh wow, okay, yeah, I'll check that out. But yeah, I was just like, did you watch it in Japanese though? It's on Amazon Prime, and they have the Japanese dub option. And he's like, no, I just really wanted to enjoy it in English. And I'm like, motherfucker, you work at a Japanese company. Like, I know that you don't get to speak English that often, but come on, dude. Like that, like each episode's like an hour, so you just spend like 8 hours listening to English. You dumb fuck. Yeah, I'm calling you out, Rikai. Rikai Suru. Rikai Suru's like, don't you dare bring me into this. I'm like, I'm bringing you into it. But yeah, no, I've been, when it comes to new TV shows that I don't really give that much, like, give two shits about, I'll just watch it in Japanese. And I like that, though. Like, it's like a badge of honor for me, because when I watch the actual TV show in English, it makes me feel weird. I'm like, what? It's kind of like my Instagram. Like, my Instagram and, like, my Facebook and my Twitter are all in Japanese. But with Facebook and Twitter, I originally had them in English. So those are my first memories of that. But like Instagram from the beginning was always Japanese. So like the intention was to have this happen, but it's still weird when it actually does happen, where you're like, wow, it feels weird in English for me to be playing this or like using this website in English. This just feels wrong. And so same thing with like the Fallout series, like I keep saying Fallout so much, so like the fucking algorithm secret mic recording gods are like, oh, he wants to watch more Fallout on YouTube, send him more Fallout TV show clips. And I'm like, no, don't spoil it. I didn't watch the whole, I'm only on episode 6, and it's like, what really happens to this character's mom? And I'm like, fuck you, YouTube, you spoiled it. I didn't even get to see that episode yet, you dumb fuck. And like, I didn't watch the clip, but it's like, spoiler title, spoiler thumbnail, and I'm like, okay, well, there you go. That's what happened. Okay, womp womp. But it's fine. And like that's the thing I got to say that I'm really like kind of like another thing I'm like actually proud of, not because I did it, but just of the people that did it. Like that Fallout series, man, it is so true to form, dude. Like they didn't take any creative liberties. Like the worst thing is like when a director just changes something to be their own thing, like with Mortal Kombat, that made sense. That was fine because you don't have anything to go off of. Like you just have backgrounds of fighting stages. You have characters with some lore, barely any lore, but some lore. You have their fighting moves and their fatalities, but you don't have anything for like real like story building besides these guys come from around the world for a tournament. And so like of course you're allowed to take like liberties with that and stuff. But like with the Street Fighter movie, they changed everything. They changed the characters. They changed, like they tried to make them into something they weren't. Like Ryu and Ken are bitches. They like the guys that they chose to have them like as the actors. They can't even fucking fight. They've never even done like a single day's worth of karate ever. And I get it because you want actors, you don't want martial artists, but still, it's fucking. I mean, I love the Street Fighter movie. But obviously, if they made another one, I'd want it to be better, Like, that's all. I'd want it to be more true to form. But that's the nice thing about Fallout is, like, all of the items you see are from the Fallout game. All the locations that you see, for the most part, are from the game. Like, the costumes are from the game. Like, they really didn't, pull it far away from, like, the actual, like, story detail and like the lore and stuff, and that's nice. That's really cool to see, because like I saw people complaining about Halo, and I'm like aside from Halo and the missions, like I never played Halo, so I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, people who are watching this that were FPS boys, but Halo, aside from the missions, didn't really have much of a story, right? Like I know that the missions had their own story, but when it came to like the human dynamic of like people on missions, there wasn't much, right? But I do think that is fucking lame that they made like I heard that they made Master Chief gay or something, or they made one of the people gay, and then also they made Master Chief take off his helmet. And the whole point, I don't even know Halo, but even I know that Master Chief never takes off his helmet. Like, that's just a rule. And, like, they're like, yeah, well, fuck you, you fucking bitches. This is my fucking project now, and I never played this game, but fuck you guys because, I don't know, Black Lives Matter or something. Like, like, it's so, like, it's not even, like, you can't even get angry at those people, because it's like, you get angry at the people who made that project happen, Like, those directors being a piece of shit, like, that's like half of Hollywood or more, right? Like, they're just fucking shills, right? They just want the paycheck. They just want to, like, network with people versus making something that actually matters or is true to form, right? And, but yeah, it's just, you see that and you get so angry because you're just like, dude, come on, man. Like, the whole reason why that series is popular is because so many of those fans bought the game, loved it, told their friends about it, and then they bought the game and they became fans too. And so you want to make the fucking show for the fans, right? Like, if you make a shitty show that, oh yeah, look at all those hot, sexy mahjong pics, right? If you make a show for normies, then they're not going to play the game anyway, and they're not going to fucking like it because it's not even, like, I mean, there's again, like, for example, like, Full Metal Alchemist, right? Full Metal Alchemist, in case you guys don't know, it's like the best anime ever, and like that's like my favorite anime of all time. It's perfect, almost, like, it hits all of the perfect meters for me, like, it's got great voice acting, great fucking music, great story progression, great comedy, great drama, and like, it has like a solid conclusion to the series, and I fucking love that, And, like, overall, like, out of all the animes that I've watched before, like, it's a great fucking experience, But after I watched that anime, I was like, wait, they came out with a new anime? And it's like, yeah, it's called Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. And I'm like, what's the difference? It's like, oh, well, this one follows the story of the manga. And I'm like, wait, wait, what? And they're like, yeah, the first anime didn't actually follow the story. Like, they took a lot of different liberties and they changed it. And I'm like, oh, really? And they're like, yeah, so the Brotherhood one actually follows, like, tit for tat, the manga story beats. And I'm like, oh, shit. And, like, Brotherhood's also really good. And, in fact, I think, what is it, like, what do you call it? Like, what? I might catch some flack for this. But I think that Brotherhood is, like, you can only get the perfect Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood experience if you watch Full Metal Alchemist, the first one. It's like playing Majora's Mask after like Ocarina of Time, because, like, if you play Majora's Mask first, you're not gonna appreciate it as much as unless you went through Ocarina of Time first. And same thing for Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. You're not gonna really appreciate it unless you watch the first one, And I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like you're not trying to gatekeep the experience, but you're trying to, like, get somebody to have the best experience ever. With, like, because you only get one time at these things, right? So, yeah. Jim really loved this wrestling arcade game. By the way, I've never heard of it, but I never played it. But Jim was like, "Yeah, man." Wait, did that guy just pin down two guys at the same time? How does that work? But anyway, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, this is the footage from the camera that I was filming. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, I got the GoPro footage. And then I have the regular camera footage, too. There you go. There you go, that thing. And yeah, I know. I really doubt any of the people complaining about this are already sticking around to the 47-minute point. But, yeah, like, I know that you guys want the walking around videos. I still get stupid fucking comments being like, why don't you make bike videos anymore? And I'm like, dude, I've told you. I've tried to mention this every time I recorded one of these, for the most part, that it's like, yeah, dude, I want to make the bike videos. I've already got like 5+ years of bike videos, and during winter I didn't want to make any fucking bike videos, so now that the weather's finally warmed up, I went out. I rode spaghetti around all last week, and I'm really, really happy. And like, what do you call it? I'm relieved about that because, I was worried that, like, Spaghetti might have some issues because I hadn't ridden him in like, you know, what, like November, December, January, February, March. So like almost 5 months, you know, or 4.5 months I didn't ride him. And so, and I thought the fuel tank was full, and that, you know, because you're not supposed to keep like a full fuel tank because of something. I forgot why. But yeah, luckily, you know, I was able to take him to a gas station right after. Like I put in the new battery, and that was fully charged. And then I took him to a gas station, and it turns out that his gas tank was practically empty. So that was good. And then so filled him up and filled up the tires, so he's all good. And I put a shopping bag over the tire, or not over the tire, over the battery, because you know, I didn't notice this, but your battery needs to be covered by something, or else the water's going to touch it. It's going to short out the battery while you're riding. And that was a stupid rookie mistake I made like a year or two ago, and the bike basically died, and I couldn't get to my other job on time. It fucking sucked. I had to cancel my class after my student had already gone to the school, and I was like, God damn it. But it happens, you know, so it's like, you know, we learn from our mistakes, but the mistakes that usually cost us money, and that day I didn't get paid because I had to take the bike. Dude, it was just like a random, like 5-10 minute torrential storm where it just like ocean fell from the sky. It was fucking lame. But yeah, you know, this shit happens, so whatever. What are you gonna do, right? And but yeah, like, yeah, so I was able to do all that. The spaghetti's up and running. I was able to set up the wireless mic that you guys helped pay for. And I don't know the quality yet, though, because I was just using it to listen to music, because I only rode spaghetti like 2 or 3 times already. But yeah, we will. Just to, you know, make sure everything's okay, I'm going to still use the analog mic for at least the first, you know, I'd say month or so on top of using the wireless mic. And then when I feel more comfortable with the wireless mic being used and being okay, then I'll be like, okay, this is good. We can do this. Hell yeah. And then I'll switch fully over to the wireless mic. And yeah, man, I don't know. It's good. But yeah, the motorcycle rants will be coming. They'll be coming. You just got to hold your horses. It always pisses me off when people like write that down, because I'm like, I know that you're a new YouTube account, or like you've only been watching me for a year or two. And I'm like, look at the older rants, man. Like, you know, like there's a shit ton. There's at least at least 200 or 300 fucking videos of these rants, and at least 200 or 300 of them, or at least 150 plus, are on the motorcycle. So it isn't, and I bet you haven't. I bet there's not a single person out here who's watched every single one. I can say, without a doubt, that for the last 10 or 15 years, I've probably watched every episode of Philip DeFranco, because that's always been my routine. Philip DeFranco uploads at like 8 a.m. Tokyo time, Monday through Friday, and I've watched every video that he's released for the most part, because I know, because even when I don't watch, like if I can't watch the video for whatever reason, I always bookmark it to watch it later. And so, yeah, I don't know, man. It's just, but I really doubt there's somebody who's watched every fucking rant that I've put out there yet. So when somebody's like, hey, you didn't release the thing, I'm like, watch the other ones. I bet you haven't watched all of them yet, you motherfucker. You son bitch. And Jim is way better at this game than me. What the fuck, dude? Oh, no, he died. He lost all of the hostages. Jim, you fucked it. You fucked it up. Ugh. Gotta hydrate. Must hydrate for Satan. Yeah, but anyway, I guess what I'm saying is just I'm happy that spring has come around this time again. I'm happy that, like, I don't know, it's just like, again, like writing down the stuff that you're grateful for. And, you know, I'm grateful that I had this backup laptop when my desktop shit the fan in October, because it's like, this laptop, man, it's been such a fucking trooper, dude. Like, big shout out to Alienware and MSI or whatever, man. Like, they really, they made a great product here, you know? Like, fucking A, dude. Like, I don't know, it's one of those things where it's like, you know, like, I'm so grateful that I have this. I'm grateful that you guys are in my lives that, like, help pay for, like, hey, guys, the camera broke. Can you guys help me out with this? And they're like, Papa Tico, don't worry. We got you. And, I don't know. I don't feel like I've done enough to deserve your guys' love. Even though I've been on YouTube since the dawn of time, Like, I always feel like I don't put out enough fucking good videos, or it's just like I get lazy and I just go a while without uploading stuff. And I know you guys just kind of want to feel like you're part of my life, you know? You want to feel like you can live vicariously through me, you know? Because it's funny how, like I have no intentions or plans to ever visit China for the most part, at least right now, and definitely not live in China. Those damn commie state bastards. but I love watching Guelo 60. You know, I love watching Guelo 60. He's an old Canadian guy who lives in Nanning, China, and he's always like, "Hey everybody, Guelo 60 here again." And I love his videos. I love that he just walks around and he's just so positive and happy. And he's just an old guy who likes to drink alcohol, and he's just having a good time, eh? And I love how he shits on Canada too. Like, yeah, fuck Canada. Yeah, you know, if there's any guys of you, anybody in the premiere or the comment section, if you live in Canada, go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong that Canada doesn't suck, dude. Your country sucks so bad that you guys are like, hey, we got like this awesome healthcare system, but it would just be better if you, like, as the Canadian government, we're just requesting that everyone just die. In fact, you want help dying because we're the Canadian government. let's just censor you know, professors who say that, like, trans women are not real biological women, and let's like just not encourage people to get help. Let's just have them die. You know, like, God, what the fuck happened to Canada, huh? Like, we always used to. Maybe this is what happened because America always shit on Canada, huh? Like in South Park, like Family Guy, like all this stuff, always just shitting on Canada. Maybe it's like our bullying went too far. Like, and this is what happened. I'm sorry, Canada. I didn't mean to bully you. I just wanted you to be better, Canada. I wanted you to succeed. I wanted you to be stronger than me. And, but yeah, anyway, I mean, the whole point is just like, I like watching people, even if they're in places where I don't give a shit about visiting, because it's just like I like living, like, not so much like I don't really give a shit about China. Like, if I really cared about China and like the travel stuff, then I would watch like actual vloggers. But just having that like human experience where you feel like you're talking to like a legit dude, you know, like you're just seeing him talk about his life or whatever. Like, I love that, man. Like, you know, that's why I watch people like, there's a guy called Stinton or Strighton or Streeton. He used to be Anton in China, but then he changed his name to that fucking stupid ass name. But he's like a fat guy who's like married, and he's got a wife and kid and stuff in China, and he just does videos about like him just going out and buying kitchen utensils and just regular life stuff. And you got Scott Mallon in Thailand, American in Bangkok, and he's just a dude who talks about his life and stuff and in Thailand and stuff. You got Ride for Kicks, who's just another dude who rides motorcycles in Thailand, and just like it's a very slow pace, just, you know, slow burn, you know, nice like morning video with coffee kind of experience. And that's the thing about Jim's videos I like too. It's just like, it's a very just like, Jim doesn't try to like Jim knows how to edit. He knows how to make a video, and he could do all these fancy edits to make his videos more appealing to other people, but he doesn't want the people that watch those videos to like his stuff, you know? Like, he wants, like, his strategy is, like, he makes videos a certain way because they attract certain people, and he wants more of those people than the normies who watch other videos, kind of, like, the normal. And that's, like, one of the reasons why Jim stopped doing his hard-off videos so much, because he was going pretty strong on those for a while, you know? But like, then the fucking borders opened up, and everybody and their mom came over and started making like, this is Japan's retro arcade or retro whatever fucking videos. And Jim's like, these guys are a bunch of fucking tools. Fuck these guys. And I was like, what about that guy, Jim? That guy's got like 500 fucking thousand subscribers, man. And he just told me he wanted to talk to you. Like, you know, why don't you meet him? And he's like, that guy's a man who is gay. F word. I don't know. Like, Jim's just like, yeah, he's like, nah, dude, I don't like that guy's videos. I don't like how he exploits like the content that I genuinely care about just for cheap views on there. And he's like, he just seems like a guy that I would be nice to for the sake because my friend asked me to be nice. But if I was alone with the guy, I would just call him a piece of shit and like make fun of him. And yeah, you know, like that's you gotta respect people for at least, you know, sticking by their guns when it comes to shit like that. You know, like Jim is he's a solid dude, but at the same time, I'm of the mindset that I'm like, look, even if I don't like somebody's videos, I want to judge the person in person before I you know, like before I actually fucking what do you call it? Like before I judge them from their videos, right? And like you know, I learned that with Apple Milk back in the day. Like I didn't like her videos. I thought she came off like, you know, meh. I didn't like it. But when I met her in person, I'm like, wow, this chick is awesome. And I'm still friends with her, like, what, like 17 years later, you know? I love Anne-Marie. Anne-Marie's great. I even, like, I met this dude when I was out with my buddy Chad on January. Like, this guy who's, like, almost as big as PewDiePie, Markiplier, named Preston, was, like, there at the bar. And like, I didn't, like, I guess I was supposed to know him. I didn't know who he was. Because, like, he does, like, videos for kids and stuff, like Minecraft stuff. And like he's like high level like dude or whatever, but I'm like, I don't care. Like I don't care about these videos, but like you're a chill dude. I don't mind like hanging out and having a beer with you and just chatting. And like him and his wife were so chill. They were so chill and so nice, you know. And but they do the videos that kind of like Jim was talking about. And but like at the same time it's like whatever, man. Like, you know, like they were chill in person. Like I gave them the time of day, you know, to like hang out, because like I'm the kind of guy where I'm like, I don't care so much about what you've accomplished or like how much money you have. Like if you're a piece of shit in front of me, I'm gonna be an asshole to you back. Like, you know, like I'm just gonna, or I'm not gonna care, you know. And there's like there's so many like clout chasing motherfuckers that are like, they'll just like, I saw that so much in California. They'll like let somebody treat them bad. Like it's like one of those kids on the playground where they're like, man, I'll let you just be mean to me or whatever if you let me hang out with you because I think you're so much cooler than me and I feel cool when I'm around you. And I'm like, nah, dude, like like I don't know. I mean, I get it. Like if there's like an idolization or something, if there's somebody who you really respect, like if I ran into Jean-Claude Van Damme, I would lose my shit, you know, because I'm like, oh my god, I've seen all your cassette tapes. You know, like MC Chris, I have all your cassette tapes. I never released any of my music on cassette tape. I'm not MC Chris. MC Chris is dead. Oh my god, MC Chris, I got like 6 of your cassette tapes. You know, when you did that Slap a Baby song. Guys, if you have not listened to MC Chris, oh my god, you're in for such a treat. Go on YouTube and just look up all of his albums and listen to them in chronological order. Hell, maybe I'll even do that today. I love MC Chris. But yeah, I mean, the whole point is just like it is almost like better when you meet somebody and you don't know they're famous. Like when I'm still like, what is it, like I can still like message the Funk Brothers or the Funko Bros. Corey. I don't know his brother that well, but like you know, it's one of those things like where I don't know, I think it's like one of those things where it's like people go on YouTube or whatever because they want recognition for something, right? Like they want to be acknowledged for something, right? But but oppositely, when they meet viewers or something, they're kind of like, you know, like whatever. Like I always try to give my viewers the benefit of the doubt because like I know that it takes a certain kind of person to like the flavor of like videos that I'm putting out. And so most of you guys, like I think probably out of like, and I'm not even joking, there's been hundreds of you guys that I've met over the last like 2 decades, and like I can only count 2 off of my hand that were like cringe and like where I was like, ugh, these guys are fucking weird and I don't want to ever see these guys again. Like most of you guys have been fucking chill, man, like up until now. So like I would just imagine if you're a YouTuber and you're kind of putting out these like fakey videos for views that just attract everybody, then you're gonna be like, oh man, like this, like I don't want to deal with this guy, you know. But I mean, hey, everything at the end of the day is a compromise, you know. Like, but as long as you accept that compromise for what it is, and you're like, whatever, and you just own it, like I don't think you'll have regrets. Like I don't think you'll feel bad and be like, oh no, why didn't I do it this way? Because it's like, nah, man, you did it your way and you owned it, and like, good for you, man. So anyway, it's already over the 1 hour mark, but I just wanted to finish this off of that last thought. But anyway, yeah, guys, if you made it this far, did anybody still in the premiere chat? Show of hands for the premiere chat. But yeah, any of you guys still in the premiere chat? If so, say hi. And did you guys enjoy the video? Did you like what I talked about today? Because I feel like it was all over the place, but I think like we stayed on track for the most part. But yeah, did you guys smash the like button? Did you leave a comment? Did you answer any of those questions? If not, please do that before, because I like to get... I forgot to say it at the beginning of the video. I like to get at least like 50 likes in the first 12 hours of releasing a video, And I gotta remember to fucking say that at the beginning of the videos. But yeah, if you guys want to help me out, get that started. And yeah, anyway, I usually do a live stream after these, and I'll probably do a live stream after this too, unless I have an interpreting job that morning. So yeah, anyway, you guys keeps it real. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you over in the live stream. So stay black, sons. Stay black. Yeah, buddy. Oh, God.